let us have a conversation about code. You can see some on my screen. So it's kind of a brief kind of share like about how when you have coded in multiple languages, I find there's a bit of a blur. And the reason I wanted to kind of talk is just, from my experience. I was playing around last night on Leetcode, and if you don't know what Leetcode is, there's many videos out there. But they give problems that you can basically try and solve by writing code to do that. And I was just looking at this one. I just kind of haven't done any for a while. I just want to kind of retune my skills up again because I haven't been doing any code recently. And this one was at the top of my list, so I thought, well, I'll do that one. And I kind of started just playing around, writing a bit of code. And because the debugger on Leetcode is you have to pay this premium subscription, I kind of work where when I debug, I kind of old style kind of output information by doing, console writes. It's just an easy way to see what's going on. You can see what values are in what variables. And so I was running away and I thought, you know what, I'm going to kind of output what's in my num kind of variable just to see what's in there so I can see what's going on at any one point. And so I write console dot log, I'm trying to get the output, and it fails. And I think, what's going on here then? That's right. So rewrite again. No, did some Googling just in case I'd kind of miswrote the command, which I didn't. And then I realised up here I had it set to C++. See, I spent a long time working in C++ up until probably about 8-9 years ago. And then I started doing some work in Java and some work in C#. And I haven't really done any C++, although I kind of, it's my kind of base language, as it were, and it's the one I kind of refer to. And I'd love to do more work, especially with the version 11, 13, 17, is 20, I think, is the latest one. I think I got the last kind of research I did was on 18, I believe. But anyway, so I kind of, previous time I was on this, I was obviously doing some work, doing C++ to kind of rebuild those skills. And the whole point is that it's easy just to not see the language that you're working in when you've worked in multiple languages, because Java, C++, even C#, although they have their fundamental differences in, the code itself and the syntax, when you come down to this level where you're writing classes and you're writing sort of methods without thinking, it's easy to spot when you look at it now by thinking, oh, well, it's C++ public here and I'm not doing it on the method, but it's the actual working in the method itself, the way it's sort of syntactically created with the brackets and the while loops and stuff is, very, it's the same really as doing it in Java or even C#. You're kind of down to this level, even with like C++ now having, for each, for example, is been added since I last worked in C++. So it's very easy, I think, to not see the language that you're coding in, because a lot of it is at this level very similar. When you're doing some simple arithmetic sort of changes and working within sort of arrays and stuff, it's all very similar. So I kind of didn't spot that I was doing in C++ until I kind of failed on my console log, and then I changed it. Obviously, you see it, so it's a simple kind of change. But yeah, I just kind of want to share that kind of little kind of snippet of story, and just kind of say how easy it is, I think, these days to kind of write code without the thought of I'm writing it in this language or that language, until you start needing to kind of do more fundamental kind of stuff. within each of those languages, because obviously each has, when you get sort of more complex codes, each have their own kind of like, libraries and the way their code structured and as in and stuff like that. But yeah, when you're doing some work on something like Leetcode and just playing around, it's very easy to misinterpret what language you're working on, and you kind of need to kind of take a step back and realise that I'm actually doing this in C++ and not Java, because change that to Java, or the actual functions and methods themselves won't change per se. Anyway, that was just a story I want to share, and maybe something you need to think about if you're kind of doing any work in the future, is like, what language am I actually doing, and what difference is it doing it in this language over that language? So, a thought for tomorrow. I'm going to go now. I'm going to go into some more challenges. Bye for now.